You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you
Hello, welcome guys, it's Gugus here, and today I've got a very interesting team to show you. Now, you might think this is a very standard team at first, but the idea behind this team is triple Goda, as you can probably tell from the title and the thumbnail. So at the front, pretty standard double anemone, double Goda, Neem Aquas, and then at the back I have a very unique Axie with Jaguar, Goda, Hair, and Eggshell. All of my Axies have 55 speed, but the bird obviously goes first because it's lower health. And the reason I decided to go for a triple Goda is because many people in the meta currently play a backdoor build, right? So if they do play a backdoor, they want to save up energy for that backdoor, and I can prevent them from doing so, and they have to attack into me, and I can heal up that attack. So that's the idea behind the team. And let's jump into game number 1 to see how I navigate this team. Just to mention, these games were played at around 3.3, 3.4k and MMR. So that's the level of games you will be seeing. The first team that we have is versus a very interesting poison team with a double yam and a backdoor, Cerastes, Hair, and juggling ball. So this Axie is actually very strong, right? High shield and mixes damage between beasts and reptile, so that it can do 1v1, 1v2s, as well as a backdoor. Round 1, I do draw just one Goda, and I'm obviously gonna go for it. He goes for the double serious, so that's a very good play from me, that I do go for all of my cards and he's not able to steal them, and we destroy the one energy that he has left over. So although we are not we are at the same amount of energy, right? We both have 2. I am in a much better position because I can just heal up the damage that he dealt, and then I can go for my Nemos, knowing that there's not that much threat anymore because he only has Siriuses on his mid lane plant. We do crit him, but it doesn't change that much. It's only about 50 damage more. So there's still a kill threat on my Axies. Even if I didn't crit, it would still be a kill threat to just one card. I go for another Goda. This time we don't get any value from it, and he goes for double serious again with a leaf box. So he does manage to steal that 2 energy, and now he's at an advantage of energy, right? He goes for the Cerastes, goes for the double Fairball, and that is gonna get rid of one of my Aquas. But that's not that big of an issue because I already used plenty of cards from that Aqua, and I still have some other cards on my second Aqua, right? So this is not that big of an issue. He goes for the heal, makes sense, and now we're gonna save up a little bit of energy so that we can one-shot this plant. Being able to one-shot this plant is very key because I don't want to waste energy, and him being able to heal that back up, right? So he does go for the heal, but unfortunately that is not going to be enough for him. I go for a lot of beast damage from my bird. I do destroy his energy, go for the egg so that he targets me instead, and I heal up using the anemone. Now he does go for the toothless and he does go for the Cerastes, but that's obviously not enough for the kill. And now I'm sitting on a triple Goda, right? So if he ever tries to save up his energy, he will not be able to do that. And then my bird can produce a lot of beast damage to counter this Dusk. Then I can also use the Nemos in 1v1 to outplay him that way. Now I am sitting on an egg, so I can go for Goda and egg to maximize the damage, right? And then I can go for Nemos so that I have enough energy in the 1v1. That wasn't necessary. We do manage to crit a couple of times in this game, so it's probably not the best showcase for this team, because even without those crits, it does create a lot of pressure on your opponent to play into you, right? And they can make a lot of mistakes when it comes to energy management because they have to keep track of how many Godas you have already played. So let's see how this team navigates versus something else in game number 2. In game number 2, we face a very meta team. He does go for the double plant as well as the bird, right? And what he does is go for actually the backdoor on first round, and it makes a lot of sense to go for the backdoor because I don't destroy any of his energy, right? I use the double Goda, I don't destroy anything, but what he does do is allow himself the opportunity to kill me. Because he can have the backdoor again, and with just 2 energy he will be able to kill my bird, not looking for the Godas that I can play, right? He crits me, which actually kills the bird, and that is very unfortunate. I go for the skip so that I save up some energy, but this is gonna be difficult to play, right? this is going to be very difficult to play, and I think this is the biggest mistake that I have made in this game. I believe this is a loss. From what it looks like right now, this should be a loss. I still have 3 energy, and I didn't play enough cards to kill the bird in case he does eggshell, right? So what I should have done is split damage between those 2 Axies, and that way, if he does go for the eggshell, if I played these 2 anemones from the other aqua, I would be able to kill this bird and then possibly win this game still in this 2v2 scenario. He does crit me quite critically, quite crucially, I was trying to say, and he does kill that aqua. So in a 1v3 scenario, I know these aquas are good, but they're just not good enough, right? He can go for another cactus. And because I don't really have enough shield that I can put up versus like something like an eggshell blackmail, he will definitely be able to win this game. He doesn't go for it, surprisingly. I don't think he had enough. Maybe he did calculate that I will put up 150 shield and he will not be able to kill me right there. Does go for the Graveland, does go for the Zigzag. I only have 2 range cards, which are the Goda and one of the anemones. And those 2 cards are most likely not enough to win this game, and they're not enough to kill this plant as well. So let's see what we can make out of this. He does queue up another Graveland, he does queue up another Zigzag. I go for the anemones as well as 1 Goda, so that I keep him on 3 energy, right? And right here, I don't think I should have went for the Nemo. I think I should have gone for as much shield as I can. He does draw the double cactus, obviously. Maybe I should have even went for the Godas, but probably not that good of a choice, knowing that he would go for the cactuses, deal as much damage as he can. And with just 90 health, there's no way we can win this. So in the mid game, the biggest mistake that I made was not playing enough cards to kill this bird, right? If I did kill that bird in the mid game, I think this 1v1 scenario is very much so winnable, because the Graveland doesn't hard counter you. It only counters 50% of the cards that you can play. So I wanted to show a loss in here to show you that this team is not immortal, but it still can go head to head versus some of the top meta teams available in leaderboards right now. In game number 3, we are facing a very, very strong meta team. The front lane does have the Bone Sail with the Herbivore, which does produce a lot of shield. In the mid lane, he has a high damage Shrimpinator, and on the back, he has an Acro Mech, which actually outspeeds us if he does use 1 Acro. Nevertheless, we will go and try our best in this matchup. I do manage to get a double Goda in round number 1. I always go for the hair if I can, because the hair does allow you to get some extra cards, whether that's a Nemo, whether that's a Goda. It's always very, very good. In round number 2, I decide to skip, knowing that he doesn't have enough energy to kill me, but I do have enough energy to kill him in the upcoming round if I do decide to go for damage. I actually go for the eggshell, and unfortunately I don't trigger the eggshell and I don't sacrifice my bird for this aqua, which probably was not good. He does use quite a lot of his energy, actually all of it, wasting 1 of these cards. And now I can keep playing what I wanted to play from the start, which is the Goda threat, right? So he is down to 1 energy. I use all of my energy in here, but I do get the Nemo. I put about 300 damage on his aqua, and that way he is going first because he also has 50 speed. Not sure why he didn't play anything here. He did have the double risky. Maybe, okay, I understand. He didn't have enough to kill me on the back, and he also didn't have enough to kill me at the front. So what he wants to do is just give up this aqua and save up enough energy to play with the mech, which makes sense. But unfortunately, with the eggshell, this is going to be impossible for him to win, as he will waste 4 cards on my bird, and I will have 4 energy next turn, and that way I can heal up any damage that he deals, unless he crits me like a couple of times. And at this turn I go for a Nemo triple anemone. He doesn't play anything, which I think it's a mistake. He did have 3 energy. Just playing 1 acro would have saved him. and he could have played that to save himself, so I think that was a mistake. But this shows you the power of this team, that even if they have a very meta team with the Shrimp, with the Mech, even though the Mech didn't have the Fireball Twin Tail, it is still a very good team composition, and the Shrimp can never actually play the combo unless they have a combo round 1, which won't kill the bird but will soften it up. I can keep playing the Godas and have that threat of them never actually playing the combo that they want to. When it comes to the cost of the team, what you want to have on your front lane is 2 of the exact same Aquas, which is the Nemo, double Anemone, and then we want to have the Goda. Now, why is Goda so good? Goda forces your opponents to play into you, and if they do and they don't kill your Axies, then you can heal that up. You want to go for 55 speed, and Goda is also a range card, so you don't get counted by Gravelants as much. And for just 55 speed, you can get yourself 44 health, which is the eyes and the ears from an Aqua for $200. So you get 2 of those, that's $400 for the front lane. And then on the back, what I have is a very unique bird, so actually you might not be able to get it because there's only 3 of them in existence. Jaguar, Hare, Eggshell, and I did go for the Goda as well. You might try to find something else with the Goda that is also gonna work well, but as I say, it is going to be very hard to find the exact same one, as there's only 3 of them in existence, and one of them is 52 speed, so it's no good, and there's only 2 of them that have 55 speed. I'm not sure what is going to work well, but it's if you want to go for a triple Goda, now obviously it's going to be something with another Goda as well. I decided to go for the bird, just simply because of the speed factor, so that I can use the Hare as well to get myself some more cards. So that's the team cost if you want to build this team for yourself. And let's jump into game number 4 to see how we can round this episode out. In game number 4, we are facing another double plant and a bird team. Now this time the bird does have Swallow and he doesn't have the Hare, which is actually not beneficial for us because he deals extra damage into our bird and our Aqua, right? With the Hare he only deals about 110, 120. With the Swallow he deals about 150. So that's a big change. Then let's see how we can do in this matchup. He does have the double zigzag as well for the heals. I go for the Hare, go for the Goda. He doesn't have Sirius, so I don't have to use all of my energy. He's not going to be able to steal it, and now he's sitting on just 4 energy. He decides to skip again, and I go for another double Goda, putting him down all the way to 2 energy. I almost killed his plant, and yet again we are sitting on just a slight energy advantage. Now what he does go for is actually some bird damage. He goes for the Eggshell, and I go for the Eggshell as well, but I don't have enough to kill him, going for the Nemo and going for the Goda. Good thing is that we save our Aqua, right, with 165 health, but I think I make a mistake in the next round, and that mistake is to try and save this Aqua, right? I go for Jaguar and I go for Anemone, and that is not enough to kill, I think, and it is also not good enough to save myself. Actually, it's enough to kill. At least that's the thing that we got going for ourselves. It's enough to kill. I can't really play any of my bird cards because he can just go for the backdoor and finish him off. So not being able to use that Hare actually hurts me quite a lot. Not being able to draw extra Anemones, not being able to draw extra Godas to starve my opponent. Now this is where this team has an advantage. When you are in the mid game and he has spent a lot of energy to just kill one of your Axies, whether that's the Aqua or whether that's the bird, you have a clear advantage. If he wants to save up energy, you will always be able to Goda him in the face if you do navigate your cards correctly. I go for the Goda Anemone and then Nemo Anemone as well, and he does go for the double zigzag, not leaving himself any energy but healing that plant up, which is quite decent for this matchup, as he does take my shield down a little bit of my health, and then with some luck he can try to kill me with the bird if he does go for like a double Swallow, which he doesn't have in this case. I go for another Goda, another Nemo Anemone, and he does go for double Little Branch, which is actually not good unless you crit. 110 damage, that doesn't deal it nearly enough. I guess all he's doing is trying to buy time for himself with the plant, trying to play as much shield as he can. And this is probably the biggest mistake that I have played. Now 154 health, I can't play 120 shield is the magical number to not die to like double blackmail. I can't even save myself versus double swallow, so that was a clear mistake, wasting 2 energy and wasting 2 cards. I go for another Goda, I go for another anemone, and I only have 1 card left, right? So it's not a good position to be in, but nevertheless, we do manage to play our cards and kill this plant, because what he wants to do is skip so that he can kill us in one go. But we go for the Goda, not allowing him to save up any energy, and I'm sitting on 4 energy, right? Unfortunately, I do draw a Nemo, which is not helpful. He crits me for 240, and this is very, very close. This is 1 health that he has left me with, and I am able to strike back with the Goda, with the anemone, and with another anemone to take the game down. And this is how we end up this episode in game number 4. Very fun build to play if you are able to calculate the cards and calculate and count the energy that your opponent has at any given time, and you can control the pace of the game very, very well if you do go for this triple Goda team. It's a very specific team. I wouldn't recommend it to some beginners that are starting out with Axie Infinity, but if you do want to test it out, you can build a fun build like that in season 19. If you guys enjoyed this episode, let me know in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel for daily Axie Infinity content, and I will see you in the next one.